So, what do we got here?
Yeah, so Monsieur and Cydia. Okay, so it looks like Monsieur protected Eternus because he is a boomer, and that song is very old. And Cydia protected Melancholy Vision because there's an Aoki concert later tonight. Okay, both very sensible choices.
Sound reasoning.
Obviously, there's no other reason that they would protect that, because there's nothing else interesting in that song at all.
I think it's mostly because
Yeah, so I mean, it's sort of okay, so they're going with a warm-up. Okay, gonna say, Kick It Man, that is not on the draw, so...
If you can, Kick It Man. So fun fact, this was in a song drop all by itself. This was a
Really?
one song drop when it came out. Kyle had been putting teasers for working with Daz and for a while, and then this song came out all by itself. We've had that happen, I think, twice.
Yeah, it also happened with Jingle Bell Rock last year, right? A single drop for Christmas.
So I wonder who picked this, because we also have Kinky Boots in the draw, and that's somewhat of a similar kind of vibe song.
Both very foot-related, yeah. Which, I mean, that is kind of like the thing about this game. You play it with your feet, so it's a half-song warm-up, so they both quit out around there. They did not suddenly get tired or anything. I mean,
So
just based-
Kalinka in that draw there, that's a tricky one. I'll be interested to see if any player chooses that, having that extended stop right before the last note of the song.
right. Okay,
That
so,
can be a make or break.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it looks like, sure enough, we went from the foot-related warm-up to the foot-related song, so we're going into Kinky Boots. There was a spin there. I'm pretty sure neither player elected to do that, because you're only really going to do that if you are very, very confident in your form. Looks like Cydia has a small lead, but it is early, and yeah, both holding yellow combo through these little bursts and gallops. Ooh, got like the little rolls. So rolls in this game are just like, you see those little extended things with numbers on them. There's no timing window on rolls, so if you want to get all the credit for them, you just hit that arrow the number of times that it says before the roll disappears. And you can be kind of as early or late as you want, which in principle sounds great. You do want to make sure you're not getting like thrown off for when actual notes start. They seem to be handling it pretty well, so it looks like Monsieur has a small lead, a few hundred. Wonder if that almost looks like the difference would have just been that one early that Cydia got. Yeah, it looks like they actually got fewer perfects, though Monsieur might have gotten slightly better perfects. So this game has multiple yellow perfect windows, and if you're closer to the white, you get slightly more points there. So you can kind of see on the timing graph, or you could have seen it when it was on the screen, that the notes are sort of placed like, you know, at a certain sort of vertical placement based on how early or late you hit them. And if you're closer to the center, that's more points.
You can kind of visualize it as the line being the top of the screen when they're playing, and the dot is like where they hit the arrow as it scrolled up. So the
Right.
early ones are at the below, since they haven't reached yet. So you can see how far kind of their average, or you can see like their trends and how, if they're trending late or early.
Right.
It's really helpful to help yourself when you're trying to learn a song,
Yeah,
to see
for sure.
what parts of the song you have to compensate for.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like Messire won that, so Cydia will be picking the next one, and they picked... Oh, no. Okay, so they picked Swipe, which is a song.
So keep an eye on the background if you're interested to see if we get the rare shiny Kyle during
Shiny Kyle?
during the where they have the dating bios. There's a rare chance of a Kyle. Otherwise, they're almost all AI generated, so that way we don't have to worry about any personal issue.
Right, yeah, you wouldn't want to, like, accidentally dox anyone on a Stepmaniac's background. That would probably be bad. Okay, so this song is a lot of triplets. Like, a lot of triplets. That's kind of the main thing.
It goes into eighth
Yes,
notes briefly, and then it goes right back into the triplet swing feel.
Yeah, which, that is a decent bit harder to lock into than just, like, eighth notes, because it's a lot easier to subdivide a song into 2 and 4 than it is into 3, even if the song sort of sounds like it. Okay, so looks like, yeah, Cydia locked in a bit more. They still have a yellow combo. Messire looks like he picked up an early or a late somewhere, so his combo is green. So Cydia with a decent lead going into the second chorus, which, yeah, triplets mixed in through those little, like, I guess, swipe patterns. I assume that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Well, we didn't get the rare Kyle, but we got Tim from Shiawase. Yeah, these
you got, like, those
crossovers.
little mind dodge patterns.
Yeah.
That's tricky because you're like, you have to cross over and then uncross to avoid the mine. So looks like, yeah, Cydia tripped up on that a bit, but they had enough of a lead that they still take the song by like 500 points or so. So that was a good pick. And I guess we're now going to go into Messire's pick, which could be his protect, but it doesn't have to be.
Yes, so we are into the green division. You can see by the background.
So yeah, sure enough, they're going to Messire's Protect of Eternus. It's sort of like a classic ITG custom. I think it was an ITG Rebirth. Very, very well-known song that actually I guess this isn't like its first time in an official dance game, because I think it was in Pump It Up Pro at one point, but yeah. And Re-Rave. Can't forget Re-Rave. That's a lot you can very easily forget. But Re-Rave does have a lot of songs in this game. Okay, more triplets actually, so I guess that's just going to be the thing. Messire has a small lead there. These little like 5-note triplet bursts. Again, that's something that like you don't see a whole lot, so it can be kind of tricky to walk into. Both players still holding a yellow combo into this hold section.
Pretty close. Messire just having slight lead, couple hundred points.
Right, still could very easily change during the second half of the song. They're still both equal, so it's going to be a matter of who's more consistent and or who makes a mistake, which you probably wouldn't expect either player to make a mistake here, since the song doesn't do anything new here, I don't think. But got a crossover in there, but they will do fine on that. Yeah, so it looks like Messire will take that just on the grounds of slightly more consistent timing. 96.6, so he nearly got a hex on that as well. So very nice showing there.
All right, so it goes 2-1 Messire, and it's Cydia's pick.
Yeah, so they still have their Protect Melancholy Vision on the table, so if they're going to pick that, now would be the time.
At this point, when you're at the potential last song of the match, probably the best option would be to choose your protected song.
Right.
Unless you notice something during the match that the other player has a weakness or something that you think you have an upper hand on.
Right. For something like this chart is not very close to anything else in this draw, so probably hard to get much of a read of how strategic a pick this is now. So they're going for it. Wow, rude. Oh, you need it for your match. Okay, that's fair. Is that for fighting for ladybugs? This guy. Oh, there we go. Yep. True. Okay, more triplets. That's right. The song also starts with triplets, so that's just like a theme of the match. This isn't entirely triplets. Like it's going to slow down in a little bit. Now, okay. Not a whole lot of notes there, but I think one of those is like
that
very
slowdown
slow
is
syncopation, yeah.
very it's very hard to get a feel of what you're supposed to be like what you're supposed to be going to in the music because there's not really much going on.
Yeah, there's no real like percussion. It's mostly just like a synth that you kind of have to like feel out. So it looks like Messire has a small lead, a few hundred points it looks like. So there's one more slowdown here. More slow syncopations. Looks like Messire picked up a miss. Still maintaining a lead, but it did get closer. Looks like Messire is just like slightly tighter in his timing. So even with that miss, he's able to actually pulled away a decent bit there. Got a miss there. Okay, yeah, so looks like Messire takes that one with 98.6, so very solid performance from him. Yeah, 17 perfects. That is not an easy song to time, so props.
All right. I'm going to head out. I need to start warming up for my match coming up in yellow. So,
all right.
I'll be back after that, depending on how well I do. Bye-bye.
Right, good luck.
I'll be warming up shortly too.
Are you also in the yellow division, or are you in? Okay. Very good.
But anyway, here we go. We got Big Matt.
Yeah, so
Just getting edged by Zom.
yeah, so it looks like it looks like you have Zom on there twice at the bottom. That's probably shouldn't. One of those is probably Big Matt, unless Zom is just like playing himself.
I think it's been bugging most of the day.
Right. Yeah, so small win on Where Did You Go. Just looks like Zom got fewer earlies, and that can do it. Okay, so that was Zom's Protect, so you would hope he would win on that. Never a guarantee, but means it was a good Protect. So now they're going into UFO, which is a bit easier.
Compared to what else we've seen so far?
I mean, compared to like what they just played.
Oh, yeah.
Where Did You Go?
Easier by a sizable margin, I'd say.
Okay. So this... I know on full, there's like a section in here that's like lightly swung.
Yes, that is present in the wild chart.
Okay. Not the intro though, this is just like simple 16th rhythms.
Yeah, some 16ths and a little bit of 8th note crossover, I believe. Yep.
Right there.
Crossover.
Ooh, Zom doing the crossovers, good to see. Looks like Matt has a small lead, but only like a few hundred points. Ooh, got a lift in there. I mean, if you have a UFO, like that is going to be like lifting off, I guess, because aliens gotta go places, but...
Both players trading perfects.
Matt with a small lead.
extremely
Very
close.
small. Ooh, it's flickering. Center panel mine column, so...
And here
And
come
the
the
swing sections
steps.
we were talking about, those more teal-colored steps.
Both players able to hit that triplet spot in the
Yeah,
holds very
still,
nicely.
Still very close, still both yellow.
Matt
Got a flip
still
switch in there,
holding.
they both nailed it.
Oh, the lead traded for a very split second, but Big... Oh, it is too close. Do not blink.
Yeah. One of those things that's like, it's close, but the lead can only change if one player messes up, and neither of them really did that in the last part, so...
Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
Big Matt takes that by
Less
150
than 2
points.
points.
Yeah, 2 perfects.
Margin of 2 perfects.
Yeah, just, I mean, both players had a little bit of trouble with some of the lifts, you know, at different spots, but nailed it and kept it really close. Did really
Yeah.
well with the bursts. Yeah,
Very close match. Okay, now they're going into... Ooh. Bewitched.
So I'm not surprised to see Zom pick this up, as Zom's philosophy when it comes to his advantage in card draw is that he can play and consistently clear or score well on anything. And so I think not a bad angle to go for the hardest thing possible in the draw to kind of skill check Big Matt as hard as possible coming into our game 4.
Yeah, for sure. And this... I'm assuming this chart is just going to be like a bit of everything. Already saw like some little 16th jacks that maybe you could have flip switched.
It's mostly streamy, fairly syncopated. Get a little 30-second drill.
Right, yep, that drill.
Zom knows this really well. Has about a 2,000 point lead.
Yep, okay, so foot switches just like in the full chart, so Zom doing really well on that. Looks like Big Mac got tripped up a bit there. So Zom has about a few thousand point lead.
Both players doing a good job with these streams. Doing a good job avoiding that center mine. But yeah, Zom will take this one.
Yeah, another yellow combo, so about a 98.5 on that. Very, very solid performance.
So we are going to
I love how you
the
can just like
decider.
see the 30-second drill on like Zom's timing distribution because of just like that column of yellows going slightly up.
You can see a little valley of green on Big Matt's as well.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder to like lock into really fast things like that, and if you get slightly late or slightly early, you tend to just get more late or more early as it goes along, so you will see stuff like that on the timing distribution. So now they're going to go to their 5th song, so it'll be one of, I think I like that sound, Revenge or Raw.
So this really is an interesting draw.
All those remaining Game 5 charts are all very, very different from one another.
Yeah, so looks like one of them got rid of Raw.
It's been a while, but if I remember correctly, I think I Like That Sun might have a little bit of a swing to it.
Very, very minor amount of swing, but we're not going to see it here, and it's kind of what I
they went for
expected.
Revenge. Okay.
It's what I would expect from Zom to remove the easiest chart in the draw.
Oh no. Our screen froze for a second. Well, we're back.
Yeah, so now we're about to get into the game real quick. Revenge 180 BPM, slowdown in the middle, very heavy on center panel things, especially the slowdown, noticeably so, and respectable number of like spins or other really uncomfortable crossover type patterns. So
Does it have a lot of jumps?
it has quite a few of
Because
those.
the full chart has a lot of jumps.
Yeah, go ahead, start counting on 6.
On the full, I think it's like 10 in a row. But okay, so those are.
don't
Okay, I
thi-
guess like center panel jumps are like kind of tricky in their own right because like feet have to be very close together, especially like up center and down center ones.
Yeah,
So
jump heavy, center twist heavy, pretty
Good.
bursty. It's fast.
Both of them nailed that drill like
Well, Big Matt's
flawlessly.
holding on to a little bit of an early lead to a tied kind of situation.
And here's the
yeah,
slowdown.
Slow down.
Yeah, immediately tripping up Big Matt because it's got that heavy
Yeah, those
center panel
patterns
twist.
look very. You know, it looks like they work if you alternate feet, but you're going to be very, very constrained around the center. So I don't think either of them did that. They could-
There's a little bit of a spin there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see like little eighth note patterns that if I think you alternated feet, you would spin there.
We've seen at least 2 or 3 already. So you got to know, be able to identify the spin, especially the longer running ones.
Ooh, Zom
Getting a little
had a
tripped up
lead,
on
but
those
got
jump
tripped up
steps.
with those jumps. Still holds on.
No,
Yeah,
Those
we'll take
brackets
it.
at the end, I didn't want to like
Held it
jinx
together.
him, but yeah, no, he
Game
kept
5.
it together, and looks like yeah, he will take the game 5 there. So just fewer misses, it looks like.
you can see there that even though his overall timing is just a little worse than Big Matt's, looking purely at the yellow perfect count, 7 misses to 1 miss or whatever he got is a sizable margin. So
Yeah.
very good on Zom for playing to his particular strength in the back half of that card draw.
Right.
And good
Okay,
job
so
to
looks
Big
like-
Matt as well.
So looks like we're going over to the other screen. We have Messire and CTME.
See, Temmie.
CTME, thank you. Okay. Looks like Messire takes the first one under the bed.
Actually, I believe that's, 2-0.
Their second one. Their second one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
Oh, that's rough because that was See Temmie's protect, so not the
Right.
kind of position you want to be in.
Yeah, it does mean she gets to pick again, but yeah, we will see.
Okay, and it looks like we are going with the 7th element.
All right, get your ready.
Shoutouts to Vitas.
I like your music, funny internet man. I like your music.
This is one of those like pure joyous songs, like, just
Very-
to listen
very
to.
upbeat, very happy, pleasant tune. Yes.
Good for group sing-alongs in the chorus because it's just like which we will not actually do when playing because that's corny.
There will be no tongue rolling, but there will be rolls in the sections with the tongue rolling in the chorus.
Messire is very, very comfortable on timing so far. Clean opening.
Nailing these triplets.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, just a little bit of a. Yeah, one of the distinguishing features about 7th Element Wild is it's very twisty on center streams. It's one of the earlier charts in the game and incorporates center a little more heavily than more modern 19s, if you will, do. Seeing them on the gallop there. There is one particularly difficult, I believe it's an up center up triple that's going to be coming up into the last quarter of the chart.
Both players just trading blows. The lead is.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to
close.
turn really, really hard to the right to get into the right position for that. Messire nails it. Sitemi kind of gets caught on
Ooh, and
that.
a down center down one as well. In a way, that's almost probably worse because like the center panel It doesn't have centers attached on the upper side to avoid overhitting like with the up arrow. But for like center down, you don't have that luxury, so you have to be very careful. Which it looks like they were. And Monsieur will take that. Oh, and
wow.
He sneaks out the hex,
That's a hex
right
star.
at the end. 99728. 7 perfects. 1 for each element. All right.
And Cass was not particularly far behind there. She was just
Yeah, 14-1 still very
Just
respectable.
a little slip up.
almost the entirety of that graph was right on the early side of the line. So I think if she just kind of held back a little bit and played a little bit later, that could have been like almost completely white. Except for I kind of expected someone to get an off judgment on that up center up due to the turn associated with it.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like Misser will take this match,
Oh, yep.
move up
Takes
to
that
winners
3-0.
finals. So we will see more of CTME later.
Going back to the other cam, we have Kren, who I guess came up from the blue division against Cydia. They're playing Ladybug. Looks like they both have a full combo. Cydia has a small lead and
We'll
take
hold it.
Yep, about 200-point win.
224 points.
Okay, so it looks like that was their first song. Oh, and that was Kren's Protect, so Cydia in a fairly good position. I mean, that does mean Kren picks again. So we'll see. Okay, the rest of their draw is, oh boy, Fade Out. That's a rough one. Most of this draw is fairly straightforward, I think. Well, it's a mix. It's a mix.
A couple of these charts are interesting. From what I do know about the player history, I definitely think Kren most likely protected Ladybug more as a comfort pick than anything else. I am aware for Cydia, they have a few hexes on Wild, and Ladybug is one of them. So, kind of
Okay.
a bold choice if you are aware of that particular score history. But for Game 2, we're going to go to
Right.
What You Gonna Do.
Fairly recent addition. A song I think that like is mostly famous for being the menu theme on In the Group 3, which never actually got released, but was a reasonably popular theme. For
Sure wonder what
IGP2.
the aesthetics are getting at here for the jacket in the background. of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
song.
The aesthetics are fairly telling if you're familiar with that. Okay, so looking at the chart itself, you got those like foot switch / crossovers, could work either way. Patterns with the mines, so you just want to make sure you don't hit those mines. Looks like Cydia has a small lead, but
Yeah.
it's very close. Could easily go the other way.
It's a fairly straightforward chart that gets a little more bursty more towards the end. You're going to start seeing an increase in the 16th sets for the bursts.
Spin there that neither player did because
Couple of
spins are
spins.
silly. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, this is a very close margin. Cydia's just ever so slightly ahead coming into
Yeah,
the
it looks like
first part of
okay.
the
So
chart.
Kren picked up a miss, so it'll give Cydia a bit of a cushion. And they're still yellow.
Cydia's accuracy is just insane here, barely dropping
Yeah,
white
like
perfects.
a few here and there, but
Just
no,
be
they're-
careful not to get psyched out with
Oh,
the
yeah,
mine
yeah.
placement
The
at the
mines
end.
can really throw you off if you're not prepared for them. Okay, yeah. So Cydia
99.
takes that,
Very good.
and they're up 2-0.
99 is very, very good on that chart in the tournament setting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kren gets another pick. Where will he go?
Oh,
Interesting.
That is bold. Protecting your or picking your opponent's protect as the last song. Yeah. So we'll see if it works out for him.
There's something we don't know.
Just trying to go out in fashion, I suppose.
Could be.
Look at him, smiling, jumping.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's familiar with this chart. Guess we're going to find out going into Game 3 here. starts off with a little bit of a slowdown.
Does it really count as a slowdown if it like starts that way? Wouldn't that really just mean like the rest of the chart is a speed up? Like how does that work?
Philosophically, you could go either way, I'd think.
In any case, okay, so you got like a little run there. Looks like that is what.
Yeah,
Those
so
are very interesting rolls.
the trick there with those rolls is anywhere you do not have another note in, if you tap an eighth, it resolves perfectly. It kind of makes for this interesting little center panel twist, but very different. It's not like a Nightmare or any of those other charts where the roll is kind of the anchor point for an alternating eighth stream. It sort of serves a different purpose, almost DMT-esque in its execution, which Kren seems to have a pretty good grasp on, as he's still got the gold combo. If you drop a run in that manner where you do not complete it, I believe your combo ceases to be gold, which
having any color yet. Okay, so it looks like Cydia held on that run a little better. Kren got a early or a late. His combo is now green.
I got multiple off judgments in that burst. I think there is still one other relatively intense 16th run coming up towards the end of the chart, so we'll see if he can hold on to this very small lead.
Yeah, about 1,000 points, so could easily...
Nails it.
He does.
Easily changed in that run, but it did not, so Kren will take that. Okay, so we have a match where each player won the other one's protect, which is always a funny thing. That does happen in tournaments, so...
Puts Kren on the board.
Like to see that, yep.
But,
which does mean Cydia gets a pick.
Yeah, kick it back over to them. Get their choice of song now for, having your choice available in a 2-1 lead situation is a pretty advantageous position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, not having their protect is... I mean, it's better to have that, but... regardless. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like their fourth song is going to be "Fly Me High," which is definitely a song that was written by a human. It is very, very easy to time. Fairly straightforward, I think.
This guy does not have the energy flowing through his veins as he loses himself in these cosmic refrains.
That sounded...
Spitting here?
Those are the lyrics to Fly Me High.
Oh.
Well, I see.
Where are my Fly Me High enjoyers at? But, for 20, this is a deceptively tricky chart. You've got a little bit of a foot switch pattern coming up, and it's got some pretty difficult center panel stuff in it. There you go.
Oh, I see.
You don't want to do a little hop there to correct yourself. It only resolves if you follow the foot switch.
And the lead is still trading.
Get ready for those center down and center up bursts. I believe there's about 6 of them in the song, and plenty of ripe opportunities to hit early.
Looks like they're both hitting them fine. Yeah, so Cydia has a small lead, but like whenever you see the scores flicker, that means it's extremely close. Okay, so the jacks, more foot switches.
Slight trade of punches with gold perfects, but Cydia still holding the lead, and it looks like they will finish strong and take it.
Alright, a little scary with that very second to last note, yellow perfect.
The perfect right at the end, but no, they clutch it out with a 15-point lead. And, well, 21 to 13 with only 15 points. Like, that just shows, like, kind of the sort of intricacies of StepManiac scoring. Like, having better yellows is better than having fewer sometimes, so those were about equal. Yeah, okay, so very, very close match. Cydia will move on.
Most impressive.
Cydia will advance in the losers round. So Kren is finished, but
he did already, like, yeah, he already went up a pool, so
yeah,
good showing for him, to be sure.
Well, I think we're just getting started with Green, looking at the actual bracket here. But first, let's get into Zom Messier.
Yeah, so
now we have a very interesting chart here.
yeah, I Want Your Balalaika. Very interesting song because like it has a very big speed up right at the start before there are any actual notes, which means locking into it at the beginning is kind of tricky. Otherwise, a few little like 16th runs. Looks like, okay, Zom with a small lead.
Yeah, Macer got just a little tripped up earlier on, but still got about half the song left, keeping him within 1,000 points.
Yep. Zom holding the yellow combo and that rule, I guess, going into the, I guess it's the chorus.
Yes.
Zom
all right, a
getting
little-
tripped up a bit. Still in the lead, but it's a lot closer all of a sudden.
You got to be careful in the back half here, though, because it becomes exceptionally easy to rush the 16 strings
That
towards the end
crossover
here.
and-
Look how early he went.
Yeah. Messier, on the other hand, locking in, and he's in the lead now. So, Zom hit one of his mines.
Okay,
You see the little
here
red
is the
X.
back where it's extremely easy to rush.
Oh, the jack into the run. Yeah, that
Look
is
at
that is sneaky.
run.
Messier does that pretty much perfectly, though. Gets a 99.5. Zom does not appear terribly happy with that, which...
No, he's
Yeah,
not going to
that
be
can-
happy about
that can
getting tripped
happen.
up.
Yeah. Oh, and that was his protect, too, so... Unfortunate, but still plenty of time for him to come back. Looks like that was-
He's had some hard sets today, so
Yeah, to be sure. Looks like that was their second song. Their first song was Sicko's Post. Is that how it's pronounced? Just Sickos?
I believe it is Sicko's Post,
Okay,
yes.
I don't play enough punk for that one. But okay.
I've always read it as Psychos, but
Psychos, that could work too. I mean, very similar energy, like Sickos or Psychos.
In a
Either way, yeah.
revelation that's not surprise anyone familiar with Banya's body of work, I believe Sicko's Post is actually a more classical piece of music that's just gotten a modern arrangement for dance games.
right.
That is in line with a lot of his songs, especially in this game.
Indeed.
Okay, so they're going into I Love You Baby, which is a fairly slow 21. A lot of like slow 16th strings. It's like, what, 100 BPM? Has like a couple 30-second bursts, but I don't think it does anything too crazy.
It actually is deceptively center panel heavy, and there's a couple of patterns that are unique in there. You're going to see an interesting crossover towards the very beginning. Immediately starting out, you see that there's a flavor of center panel twist.
Yeah, like little triplet. Oh, I see.
I see what you mean there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a cheeky little left, center, right.
But both players right back on it. Look at those streaks of perfects. So I'm still holding a slight lead, but it is very neck and neck.
Yeah.
It could trade with the next perfect.
They're both still yellow, and yeah, you can see it flickering. Got like little 30-second burst. They both did fine on that.
Kind of goes with the rap segment in the background.
Yep. That why?
Dynamite
What are we
Rave.
witnessing?
Dynamite
Like,
Rave.
okay, they're like really close. Wow.
That late up arrow.
Oh, yeah. This here has a small lead, but very small. Okay, got the little
Trading
burst. They both
punches.
fine on that. Yeah. Oh.
Last note.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
y'all.
Zom is
36
not happy
points.
about that one.
Yeah.
It really was just... He must have not hit that up arrow hard enough there. You can see
Yeah, you can even almost see it
that
like on the
last
scoring bar,
yellow
like that
late
one little
perfect
yellow
is
just
so high
a bit
above the line.
all those that sea of whites. Yeah.
Ay Dios mío.
No, but he
And,
played
like,
really well.
He actually got fewer whites, right? That was 20 to 24. So yeah. so the game goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So Messire will take that 3-0.
And Messire goes up into yellow division.
Oh,
Congratulations.
That
That was
okay.
Yeah, those winners.
Winners
Very
finals
cool.
for that pool.
Excellent.
So,
So Zom is still in.
yeah, not done yet.
Losers.
He has to play whoever surfaces all the way through loser side, and he wins that set. He gets to go into yellow, loser side.
Alright, so we'll see him in a few minutes. In the meantime, we have Cydia and Big Matt. They're going into the 7 jump. I think the song is from like 4th mix or something.
Yes, it
Okay.
started on 4th mix for DDR.
We had the pleasure of seeing the hard 16 a fair bit earlier in this tournament, and now we get to see the wild 19. Very straightforward for the wild 19 collection in this game. Still got some patterns you have to be mindful of, and
Still
a little
some
bit
jumps.
tricky. You have to mind dodge a bit.
And both players handling the triplets.
Has quite a few jumps, as you probably could have guessed from the title. Considerably more than 7, so not quite as accurate as it could be, but
At least you get a little bit of a break here in this build up to the bridge to the next chorus.
so this is very close. Like it's flickering, like they're like 13 points apart what I saw. So
Very close.
back and forth with like a single perfect.
Both players are locked into those 16th drills. Very
A
nice.
single yellow if they ever actually get one. Okay.
And
yeah,
there you go.
cool.
Just enough to put Cydia back into the losing position. But this
Still not by
chart,
very much.
with
Yeah.
a margin this slim, it's really not over till it's
Yeah.
over. And you're going to see why on the very last note of the song.
A little.
Get ready for a up-down
ooh.
double
Oh,
red.
no!
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
What did I
And,
tell you?
yeah.
It's not over till it's over.
So, Cydia got 1 green on the end and 1 yellow, and Big Matt got 2 yellows. So, I couldn't actually tell like who was in the lead going into that, but Cydia was in the lead coming out of that, and that is what matters. So,
I unfortunately think Big Matt got 7 jumped right at the end there
Oh,
on his
no.
2 lifts.
got 7 lifted. He got lifted, which is not in this set, but still made an appearance.
The return of the yellow exclamation point.
They're gonna go into nothing
Oh.
can stop. All right, good song.
Okay, so we're tackling some DDR classics here. Nothing gonna stop from DDR Max 2 7th mix.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Nothing's gonna stop me now tonight. Nothing's gonna stop me now.
Definitely a few like quick 16th bursts here and there. Well, handling these quick,
patience.
very quick gallops there. Good job.
Matt has a small lead, but very small, only like 100.
Well, Big Mac continues to hit with immense precision. He will continue to build up that lead.
And he nails that drill.
And Big
But
Matt
the
just-
lead is shifting. Cydia is
Oh, Big
fighting.
Matt just got an early, so Cydia holding gold. That's enough for them to sneak back into the lead. Not by a lot, though. Still very close. And looks like just a few yellows, and Big Matt's back in front. But still a lot of song to go.
We're getting-
These crossovers into jumps.
I believe we're going to see at least one more substantial block of 16th notes. Before,
Yeah, at
the
like the
outro
very
song.
end, yeah. We'll see how they handle that. This gallop section, kind of a repeat of the start. Ooh, like changing up the gallop patterns. Looks like they're both doing fine on that. Big Matt just getting fewer yellows overall, and that will give him the win.
Actually, surprisingly clean there, I think. Wow.
4.
Look at
okay.
that.
Yeah. 4 and an early, so yeah. Just more than made up for that little misstep or whatever that was, and yeah, it takes that very cleanly. Nearly hexes it with an early, so good showing. Good showing from both of them, really.
The ball's back in Cydia's court. See what they pick next.
Okay, Cydia going with their protect of
Down low.
Low. Very, very low pitched song.
Come on, Big Matt. Give me a hand.
I'm going. Yeah, this is the chart that actually has hands in it, right? Even in the wild chart.
Indeed, you will be holding down 2 held notes. The pattern leads you to have 1 foot on each arrow, and then they throw another one at you, so that is a hand.
Yep. Not something you usually see players do, especially not in a tournament.
We did see it earlier on the broadcast. I believe it was Ender Steve who got down and actually hit a hand proper on this chart. But
Neither of them are doing that. Yeah, the hold window in this game is loose enough that I think as long as you step on it like once a beat or so, you don't drop it. So if you see a hand like that, you can just lift off one of the holds and hit it.
Yeah. Coming into around the halfway mark in this next set of hands, Cydia has built up a little bit of a lead.
Yep.
Big Matt went very late on a couple of those hands.
Yeah. Especially like center hands, if you're just like trying to sort of snipe it with one of your feet, it's really easy to just like get a late from not hitting it hard enough. Ooh.
So Cydia nails that
Big
triplet
Matt
burst.
kind of whiffed a bit on that little drill, and yeah, Cydia now has a pretty decent lead.
About 1,000 points.
But Big Matt is still fighting.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, might
there's
not
a whole lot of song
quite be
left,
enough.
so
But
Cydia will take that.
what a good attempt.
Very good protect in that draw.
Indeed. And so now we get into Big Matt's next pick.
Oh, we're gonna do a bit of an elimination first.
Okay, so
Okay, that was game 3. I thought that was game 4 for some reason. Alright. Follow my pump for game 4. Considering that we've seen Cydia nail some impressive syncopation, I have a feeling this is going to be a chart that favors them, given that the majority of it is on these offbeat 16ths all the way throughout the chart.
on the other hand, Big Matt also did very well on Nothing Gonna Stop, so he could be relying on like raw timing for a chart like this as well. We'll see. Oh, okay, it looks like they're tied. So, good start.
You have to be very mindful about how you execute this next section coming up with vocals, as there are going to be minds enforcing that you're following the pattern, and it's very easy to get twisted up double-stepping something such that you're awkwardly placed right on one of those lines. It looks like Big Mac comes out of that.
Yeah, so you got a
little less
couple leads
scathed.
in one of those patterns, so Big Matt has a small lead, but very small, like a few hundred points.
And they're still trading perfects. So they're keeping it close, well within 1,000 points.
Early from Big Matt's side, it's going to make the margin a little bit uncomfortable.
Ooh, these stops.
That's like barely a 100-point difference.
Yeah. Big Mac got like one.
I think there's one last set of gallops coming up.
Oh, it's flickering. Oh, okay.
Oh!
And Big Matt clutches it out.
City
Less
is
than-
getting one early or late perfect right at the end.
Yeah, less than 200 points. Yeah, 14 and an early to 18. Like that's going
That's
to
close.
be pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, although it looks like right around that section where the mines
Yeah,
come
you can
in.
sort of see a couple of the like yellow things on
Yeah.
Cydia's side just
Cydia
went
went
a little off center.
appreciably late. So let's see what comes up game 5. Now it goes into the veto phase.
Yeah, so it'll be one of. Okay, so the the first veto is the 22. That understandable. It's a presumably.
So let's see if we get a boomerang or hyper hard plus. Boomerang.
Oh. And I guess we're not going to see that for a while because we're going over to Zosin and Zephyr. They're playing Angel, a very recent drop. Eurobeat, cool song, probably very stamina tricky. Got those little double steps.
It looks like Zephyr has a slight lead, holding on to perfect combo.
But still holding on to a lead. Oh, but it's flickering now, so we'll see how it holds.
Well, Zosin got it early during the little quick gallops, so that will give Zephyr a slight
So it
window
looks
of
like Zephyr is
comfort.
like not quite 1,000 points of lead, but a decent margin going into this ending part. And
Oh no!
oh,
Wow!
that got kind
That
of
was-
scary at the end, but she had enough of a cushion to hold out the lead there. Takes that by about 200 points.
Yeah, and that early is very early. That's like close to what a miss would award you. Kind of an early.
Right.
But the perfect difference there is appreciable, and likely the very reason Zephyr lives to tell the tale after game 1.
Looks like Zosin also got a miss in there too, which probably
the miss was much earlier in the song, I believe, going by the
Yeah,
counter being gray.
Okay. They hovered over Blood Rush for a second and I got scared. No, that's going to be much later in the tournament. Or it's going to be yesterday. I'm so tired of hearing Blood Rush.
I was surprised to see it picked so early in the top 12. Like the first round of top 12, I think Hints had to play it.
It really gets the blood flowing.
This guy. Okay, so now we're playing Butterfly, but not Butterfly. A different Butterfly.
Not the one everybody knows and has mixed feelings about hearing in the arcades after, about 15 years.
Right. Especially if you've actually seen the music video to that one, because it's a bit dated, we could say. Okay, so this is a different song, Wild 19.
It's fairly straightforward to begin, but it's got a appreciably difficult gallop coming up.
Yep. That's a slowdown. Okay. Oh yeah, so those gallops were like you have chained gallops and you're using the same foot sort of twice in a row, so kind of like mixing them into jacks. That's definitely a pattern that can throw you, and it looks like Zephyr was a lot more comfortable in that.
Yeah,
so she is a fairly...
Zosin is appreciably far behind now. That's a almost 3,000 point lead that Zephyr is maintaining.
Yeah, Zephyr staying yellow during that part. Little slowdown here. I don't think it does anything too crazy.
Nope. Just got to make sure you're locked in for the timing, or else you'll stream a bunch of lights. Is that a spin?
Right.
I think Zosin just did a spin. Having
Probably
a little bit of
just
fun.
Having fun.
Probably just vibing. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think there's enough appreciable complexity in the last quarter of this chart to make up a point difference in that manner.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll do it.
Yeah, almost a 4,000 point lead at the end, so commanding a victory from Zephyr.
Very.
You can
Keeping-
see right where the gallop started. That Zosin got
Yeah.
thrown off.
Just that little spurt of green.
There is a lot of commotion going on in the background camera there, and that's because I believe our esteemed guest has returned for today. I believe I saw him out of the corner of my eye from the commentary room in the window. But before we do that, game 3 on Pretty Ugly.
Zephyr with a 2-0. Can Zosen rebound and turn this around?
As far as 20s go, this is fairly backloaded. I think most of the difficulty comes at the very end of the chart, with some sustained 16th runs. Pretty relaxed, got a couple of jump jacks right at the beginning there.
Zosen still spinning, even though like
Zosen learned about Zom's donation initiative. What's he doing spinning?
I mean, if he wants to donate to the prize pool, I'm not going to complain.
You can do that yourself. Exclamation point Matcherino if you want to donate. And, here we go, coming into the back part now. These extended 16th runs.
Not a problem for either player.
They're both holding combo. Zephyr still holding her yellow combo.
Yeah, I think she's going to close this one out pretty convincingly. Yeah, even gets that last little lift for good measure. About a 2,000 point lead.
Yep.
Takes it 3-0.
Zosen regrettably does not get any points for spinning, but
No, but we love
it's
to
the
see.
thought that counts. Yeah.
We like to see players having fun.
I believe
win or
it
lose.
may take a split second to break for a group photo, so I'm going to go step outside and check. So I'll be right back on the mic.
True.
Yeah, congrats to Zephyr. She will promote. Well, not promote quite yet to the
She will
next
advance.
division, but she will move to the next
It's
round.
Danger.
dangerous
she
to
will
go
face-
alone, so I'm going to take this.
Oh. Take this, he says, and then he walks off with it, but you know.
Just like. Shout outs to the sword. Yeah, well, we take a look at the bracket here.
Yeah, so it looks like. So it looks like Big Matt actually took the 5th song against Cydia. So he advances and will face the winner of Zephyr Glaze and C. Temi. Yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, the only change.
Yeah,
since
and Messier
not seen on here.
is off to the yellow division.
And then Zom is just sort of waiting in the wings to see who else comes out of the loser bracket.
A lot of great competition
To be
today.
sure, yeah. Yeah, no, like you can even just see on the bracket multiple matches going to Song 5, which is. That means the seeding is working as intended, so that's good.
Absolutely. You know, nowadays we try to keep players within the similar skill ranges together. You know, to
Right.
boost them up a bit. You know.
Yeah, plus, like, no one really wants to see, like, a match between, like. Oh.
Oh well, it sounds like.
Stuff, so probably group photo.
I think it sounds like we're about to go do group photos. So
All right.
we will
Which
be
means we'll
back
be-
very
yep.
soon. Don't go
All right,
away.
So hang tight.